guys, it's Klaus. Klaus wants to discuss saving the world. And Klaus has 3 ideas that will pretty much help save the planet. But before we get to those ideas, a little background here. So the big thing these days is discussing climate change. Now, Klaus does not want to get in a debate on whether climate change is real or not. There's some very smart people in the world, that even German scientists, that agree that this is true. And German scientists have figured out that, well, not just German scientists, but they probably figured it out first, that the more CO2 that is in the atmosphere, the warmer that the atmosphere will get. And this is not good, and there's lots of reasons that this is not good, but let's not get into that. The problem is, here in North America, we don't really know what to do about this, right? In Germany, the German scientists figured this out, and they did, the politicians in Germany, they listened to their scientists. One of the scientists, they asked them, well, what do we do about this? And the German scientist says, yeah, it is true that the increase in carbon in the atmosphere is causing a global increase in temperature, which will be a negative impact on the species and the Earth. Therefore, we must burn less carbon to reduce our effect on the atmosphere. One simple solution is to get our energy from the sun, so we will convert burning hydrocarbons and start using solar energy, which is abundant and cheap. Therefore, we will save the planet this way. And the politicians said, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Okay, let's do that. And now Germany gets 50% of their energy from solar power, because the scientists figured it out and they told the politicians. The politicians said, oh, that's a good idea. Let's just do that. Okay? But in North America, we don't really have that scientist political relationship like in other places in the world. We're blessed with a multitude of idiots running things here. In North America, the skill set of a politician is, well, they have to know how to dress nicely and speak endlessly without saying anything, and they have to know how to lie without you knowing that they're lying. And they're basically a bunch of self-centered, self-interested, pathetic, useless, calculating asses that are only interested in getting reelected. So what they have decided to do in Canada, one of the things now is something called a carbon tax. You see, now the politicians and bureaucrats have decided that they will save the planet by taxing gas when you go fill up your car, or when you heat your house, when you travel around, right? You have to pay a tax. It costs 2, 3, 4 cents a liter more to fill up your car with gas. So instead of filling your car up for $40, it's going to cost $40.52, and this will save the planet. Okay? But really, all that's going to happen is the government is going to collect all this new tax money, and what do you think they're going to do with it? Well, they're going to spend it and get rid of it, and it'll all be gone. They're going to spend it before the next election to try and buy your votes again. And they're just going to blow it and then some, and 10 years from now, all the money collected from all the carbon taxes will be gone and squandered, and we will not reduce any carbon emission, and the world will cease to exist, or whatever the scientists say will happen. Because, now let me give you an example here. The economists and all these bureaucrats will explain this and say, well, it's simple economics. If you increase the price of something, people will use less. It makes sense, right? Like, for example, if the government put a tax on Twinkies, right? And you go to the store to buy Twinkies, they're always like a buck, and then all of a sudden Twinkies are $1.50. Some people would say, oh, those fucking Twinkies cost a little bit too much. Now I'll start eating Oreo cookies instead. Right? Now this is true. You see, if the price of something you don't really need goes up, you use a little bit less. But what about something you actually need? Like, for example, let's just hypothetically, let's say that wiping your ass was bad for the planet. and the government put a tax on wiping your ass. Would you, after you take your shit in the morning, would you not wipe your ass? No, you probably still wipe your ass, right? Because you don't want to walk around all day smelling like shit. Like, would you, if there was a tax on wiping your ass, would you say, hey, there's a tax on wiping your ass now. I figure I'll just take a shit every 2 days instead of every day and save me some money. No, that's not how it works. But, if you think that's not a very good example, what about air? And, some governments have actually thought about taxing air. You need air to breathe. Let's say there was a tax on air. Would you breathe less? Would you hold your breath? Take an hour out every day and hold your breath to save some money? No, because you need air. And Claus thinks that we need to move around and have a car and go wherever the fuck we want and have a nice warm house and take a holiday and drive around and do whatever the hell we want. Why the hell not? Huh? It's our right to be what we are and not get fucking taxed. Well, you know what? Taxes don't really work when you need something. Incentives work a little bit better. So Claus is going to give you 3 easy ways to save the planet. Now, Claus has thought about this for a total of maybe 15 minutes and come up with 3 ideas that are probably better than all the ideas all these freaking politicians and bureaucrats have come up with. And Claus will tell them to you. What do you think? So Claus is saying that all those thousands of bureaucrats and politicians all over North America are all just lying, cheating pricks, and Claus is smarter than all of them? Yes, that's what we're saying here. So okay. So there's 3 main places where all the carbon emissions come from: cars, heating, and industry. Those are the 3 big ones. Claus will give you 1 idea each. Okay, cars first. Everyone drives to work in the morning. Well, not everyone, but most people. You have to go to work, right? If there's a carbon tax, you're going to stop driving to work. You're going to pay an extra 25 cents to fill up your car every week. So are you going to stop driving to work? No. Is the tax going to make you stop driving? No. But here's something. Here's an idea. Idea number 1. Your car has 4 doors. You fill your car with people, and we'll fill your car with gas for free. Okay? So the average guy, Joe, who gets up in the morning, drives his car to work 20 miles, and for the past 15 years, he's been driving to work by himself in his car. He has to fill up his tank once a week to keep gas in his car. Well, if Claus was in charge, here's the deal for Joe. Joe, you've got 4 doors on your car. If you drive to work with 4 people in your car, I will buy your gas for free. Fill up your car for free. How about that? How many people you think would be running around the neighborhood saying, hey, you hear that? If we drive to work together, the government will give our gas for free. All of a sudden, you'd have millions of people walking around the neighborhood arranging carpooling so that they could get their gas for free and drive to work. You think that would happen? Or you think maybe pissing everyone off with an extra freaking tax will work? Okay, idea number 2. You think if there's a carbon tax when it's really cold outside, you're going to turn the heat down and be cold and miserable and wear a freaking sweater and long johns in your own fucking living room? No! Well, here's an idea. Why don't we just get those German scientists to figure out what it means to have an efficient house? The German scientists will figure it out. It requires that you have R25 value on the walls, and all windows must be argon filled, and the furnace must be of absolute efficiency level number 3. Whatever the fuck they come up with, right? And then you tell people, if you make your house like the German scientists say it should be made, we will give you your gas to heat your house for free. Okay? We're not going to tax your freaking gas bill so it actually costs more for you to stay warm in the freaking winter. If you make your house efficient to this level, you can have your heating for free as long as you live in your house. How many people you think would go up and upgrade their house and start saving on heating? Idea number 3, the other big polluter, industry. You got these big, huge companies that pump tons of CO2 into the atmosphere, and they don't give a shit because it's just business, right? Well, how the hell do you get them to stop? Well, here's idea number 3. The government says, hey, if you want to keep doing that, fine. You're going to pay tax, sucks to be you. But if you reduce your emissions to 0, then you can pay 0 tax for as long as your emissions are 0. All those freaking companies, oil companies, industries, manufacturers, there's ways, there's all this technology of carbon capture and all the shit that scientists have figured out, but it's too expensive. You tell the companies, hey, we don't care how you do it, but if you do it, if you reduce your emissions to 0, you can pay 0 tax. You fill up your car, we'll fill up your tank. You make your home efficient, we'll heat it for you for free, and if you spew 0 into the atmosphere, you pay 0 tax. 3 incentives, boom! We're well on the way to saving the freaking planet. And that took 15 minutes of thinking on Klaus's part. So in other words, government, stop taxing us and stealing our money and start investing. Put your money where your mouth is. And Klaus is sure that there's thousands of you listening that have even smarter ideas, even morons with moron ideas. Klaus wants to see them in the comments. Make some comments and let everyone know your great idea or moronic idea. Even a moron idea that some simpleton suggests is better than some politician or bureaucrat's idea, because even a good idea sometimes starts as a moron idea, like why don't we all just wear sweaters and turn the heat down in our houses? That'll work. That's a moronic idea, but then someone will take that idea and say, well, you know what? Why the hell should we have to wear sweaters and turn the freaking heat down anyway? Why don't we just insulate the fucking house? Oh, hey, why don't we give people incentive to do that? Why don't we let them insulate their houses themselves? And if they do, we could give them the gas for free. They won't need much of it because the freaking house is high efficiency now. And that's as technical as Klaus is going to get. But you know what? All of those freaking politicians throughout Canada and North America that just lie to you constantly, and all they're interested in is re-electing themselves. They're all about, if hopefully you guys share this video and write down your ideas of your bright ideas on how we can save the planet. And Klaus guarantees that within a couple of weeks there'll be 50 ideas in the comments that are better than all the politicians' ideas put together. All those freeloading, self-centered pricks. Maybe there's 1 out of 1,000 of them that'll actually watch this video and learn something and do something smart. Anyway, what the hell is going on here? We're watching this game. Sorry, there's someone playing here. This is supposed to be a Klaus Picks. Some guy sent this video in. He's playing the T95. It's a slow, stupid TD in World of Tanks. He's all excited he's going to get a mission done. Good for you, but Klaus, sorry, pretty much missed the whole game here. But then who the fuck cares about a video game when you're trying to save the Earth? If we let the Earth... What the hell are we talking about? The Earth is just fine. It's humans that we're worried about, right? It's not the Earth. The politicians like to sell that too. Oh, it's bad for the planet. The fucking planet will be here long after we're all dead. It's us that Klaus is worried about, not the planet. The planet will be just fine a billion years from now. We are going to be in trouble 50,000 years from now if we don't fucking smarten up. So let's not worry too much about saving the planet. Let's start worrying about saving ourselves. And we're going to follow this, follow this? No, we're not going to follow it. How the hell do you follow this up? We're going to finish this up by watching this T95 with 30 seconds left in the game. At the last minute, when everyone thought it was all over, put his big boy pants on and win this game. And that's what we have to do in the world. We got to get people in charge to put their big boy pants on, stop being pricks, and do something smart. Look at this metal hull. Kolobanov's, Lucky, steel wall. high caliber and Top Gun from Groovy Hoovy. Over 9,000 damage. Klaus, apologize, Groovy, that pretty much missed your whole game, but hey, we're trying to save the world here, and Klaus is serious. Leave some comments. Let everyone know your great idea of how we can save the planet, or people anyway. And Klaus is very interested in reading them. Klaus will read all of them, and that's enough of a rant today. What'd you think of that one? No coffee either. This whole thing was done without any freaking coffee. Can you believe it?